Hi YouTube, it's your favorite mega church cult survivor, Leah, and I'm live. And I'm also live on TikTok, I'm live on Instagram, and we're going to get into it tonight. We are going to get into it. I know I've been a bit like offline, and that is because I have been writing my book, and my book is going to be coming out in March. Guys, I know I said the book was going to come out in January, but what's happened is I've realized that this book is like, I'm walking it out, I'm living it. So it's like a book in the making. It's a book in real time. And so number one, I don't want to rush the process. That's the first thing. And then number two, the book's going to be a lot longer than I thought it was. And it's going to be a lot more exhaustive. And it's going to be going through a lot of like theories. I've coined a lot of theories and ideological concepts that I think are going to be really helpful to help us make sense of and understand the trauma. Guys, this is going to be a quick live tonight because I'm absolutely exhausted, but I thought, let me come on. And also, guys, this is going to be recorded on YouTube and also Instagram, so you can go back and watch it. I don't know why, but and I know, guys, I know this might feel a bit mega churchy, yeah, but I do feel like I was meant to come on like today specifically for somebody. I don't know who. Guys, on TikTok, can you like up the live? Otherwise, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, chair. I am gonna go. Can we at least work as a community, like up the live? They don't seem as active tonight, but they could be on the FYP. That's the thing. So let's just protect the space. I'm gonna take a deep breath, because this week has been crazy. There's been so many like realizations that I've come to that would have completely like drained and just knocked someone out. But I think instead what has helped me to do is like really go within and start to unpack some of the things that are like within, because I really believe that the book is coming from within. It's coming from the wells of my soul. And I think, guys, you know, the importance of like following your heart, doing the things that you love, your hobbies, things that is so important, your passions, because I've even seen, like, since I've left the cult, I've realized I'm an author. I can do writing. I've got a gift for like speaking. I'm a social justice activist. Like, the realizations of the gifts go on and on. But in these mega church cult settings, what happens is it's very black and white thinking. So it's like, be in the choir, be in praise and worship, do the lighting, do photography. What if you don't want to do photography? What if you're not doing up lighting? Like, there's no freedom. And the scriptures tell us where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, there is liberty. And there's no liberty in these spaces. And that's why, like, moving forward, what the book's going to help people to do is use common sense. But I'm not going to lie, this book is going to send shockwaves into the mega church. It is. I'm not going to lie, because there's going to be parts that they're going to demonize, and I don't really care. But there are going to be like revolutionary theories. And the thing is, the most important part about like this battle that we're fighting, yeah, it's about education. Because unlike them, I understand the scriptures and the hidden esoteric meanings. And when I first started speaking out, the same scripture that just kept coming to my mind was, for lack of knowledge our people perish. Because there's a lot of information control, and they had me so DUMB to think that if I just knew the canon, that was going to be enough to sustain me. And that's why they're looking like idiots outside in these streets, like idiots, because people have wised up. So now when they're coming and talking their human fecal matter, trying to do what they're doing up, it's like, babe, you're just giving human fecal matter, to be honest. No one's listening. How's the outreach going? How's the recruitment? Is it going well? I hope so, because, you know, the Lord is gracious. So if the Lord is on your side, then recruitment should be going good, isn't it? The Lord should be giving you a fertile land and a bountiful harvest. I just loathe the era that I'm in right now. It's just, I feel so much peace. I think I'm starting to kind of sculpt who I am more now, and because it's not really a molding, it's more of a sculpting now, a perfection of the work of art. And I think it's so important to see yourself as a work of art, to see yourself as, a masterpiece. Because in these church cults, the only one that's a masterpiece is the cult leader chair. Oh my God, guys, the chapters in my book. Like I'm gonna need some time, like after, to just like take it all in and just reflect. I think what I'm doing now is I'm reflecting on what I've achieved, because like in the cult, like you can't give yourself any praise. Like you're proud, you're not humble, but the cult leader can get all the praise. The cult leader, Missy HM, I finally got, girl, where you been, man? There's some cult trolls on here trying to report it up. No wonder liking up the live chair. But because you're on here, Miss CHM, I'm just going to go in now, because I've been trying to stall until I see some survivors coming, because I don't want to cast my pearls amongst swine. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. YouTube, who are you? Who's on there? All right. So let's get into it. I have been writing my book, and I'm not going to go into it too much, but I don't even know I can't put it into words, but I had such a special evening yesterday. And yesterday was the full moon, the last full moon of the year, and the energy was so powerful and so strong. So last night, guys, you may have been feeling very emotional. You might have been tearful. Lay you, girl. You might have been tearful. Like, ladies, you might have been feeling like you're coming on. That was just the energy of the moon. And in my book, I go into it like how we're made. I think we're like, are we 70 or 80% of water? And then there's the water energy of the moon. And, I've really broken it down. I'm merging like something that's never been done before, and I don't want to give too much away, but that's like metaphysics, that's spirituality and religion. I don't even want to I said I wasn't going to get emotional tonight. Sorry, let me try and hold it in. But my granddad, who passed away a couple of years back, my step granddad was a physicist. And I loved him so much. And it was just so random, like having a physicist in like the family through my brother, because we've got different dads. And when I like started to like awaken, and I was trying to like put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I was questioning myself, like, I'm this girl from the hood, like I'm from Labrador Grove, like I'm from like council housing, like how is it that I've got this fit? Like I was trying to make sense of my life and everything. And then I was like, physics has to have something to do with this. There has to be a connection to physics, because my granddad was a physicist and it was so random. And I've really started to unpack it, and I just feel like with this book, like the legacy of his work, it lives on in me. And there are concepts and metaphysical, ideological perspectives that when I look back at, I'm just like, that is not me. That is like my granddad. And although like we weren't blood related, he was the only granddad I ever knew, guys. And that's why, Miss Elrose, I love you. I knew I had to come on YouTube. I'm feeling so much peace, and I'm learning to be content and trust in the flow and the rhythm of the universe and of life. Thank you, Coco. And I'm finding myself. I'm finding Leah. For the first time in my life, I'm finding Leah. I'm finding myself. I'm an author. I'm writing a book. And it's a good book. And I'm allowed to say it's a good book. And I'm putting my heart and soul in it. I'm putting like everything, every part of me into this book. And that leads me on to what I want to share with you this evening. And guys, these are not tears of like sadness. These are tears of gratitude and gratefulness and feeling overwhelmed and feeling like I don't know how I made it, but I did. I made it. And now, like, I'm finally in a space where I think I'm coming out of. I mean, I will always be a survivor, but like, I'm moving into this authorship era. I'm moving into this era where, for the first time in my life, you know, things just seem a lot clearer. And I think in a world where there's so much going on, there's so much instability, like there's no peace, there's so much like fighting and war and, you know, just so much negativity. I feel like, you know, in a time like this, I have peace. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. God, I just look a mess. All right. So let's get into what I want to talk about this evening, because I've had my little cry and I think I just needed to release that because there is a lot that I'm holding in. And I've just come straight onto the live, like fresh from it. I was speaking to a survivor before I came on here, because I'm going to put in a couple of like case studies. So if you'd like to be a case study, let me know. I'm also going to say, like, if survivors have anything, actually, I'm going to do this bit offline because it's not the right season. I just felt that. All right. So I've got loads of different chapters and stuff that I wanted to share, but tonight I'm going to share a really interesting concept. Let me move TikTok a little bit. You know, there's been a lot of exposure around SPAC, and I am going to get onto SPAC. I am. But I just needed to get this book, you know, like the skeleton, like what I've got now, guys. I could release it. I could just polish it up and I could just release it. But as the universe have it be so, it's going to be March. And that is brilliant because it just gives me so much time and space for reflection, for perfecting the book, and giving you guys my absolute best. And I love studying. I'm an academic. I love like learning and researching, and it's ignited something in me. Yay! All right. Okay. All right. So get in touch with me if you want to be a case study. Get in touch with me because, guys, I'm going to be online, and I'm definitely going to be. I am going to be online, but you know, my beginning of the year doesn't start in January. My reset and my beginning of the year starts in March. So in this period, from this period until March, this is about preparation and setting the intention for the beginning of the year, which is, I believe, is the spring equinox. Guys, doing things this way, going with nature, you know, like the cycles of the moon and the sun and, you know, the ages rather than the Gregorian calendar will set you free. When you're in the matrix, you have to use the Gregorian calendar, obviously, because they've got us in a matrix. But in your own personal life, in your own spiritual practices, you know, you can move with the flow and rhythm of life. And that is really where you're free. And that's why they demonize anyone who's free, anyone who's authentic, anyone who doesn't, like, that's weird, like will be seen as weird because they've kind of indoctrinated us to see what's normal. That's why there's so many kids getting abused and wives getting abused in marriages, because it's like that's what's seen as acceptable. Do you know what I mean? These times you've got a married woman who's neglecting her kids. It's deep, man. It's so deep. Oh yeah. Miss Elrose messaged me because I want to do more meetups with survivors. I'm still going to be online, but there's things now that I want to share that I would love to share with survivors. Like if this was a closed group, maybe I need to go on Discord, innit? Because I have been saying that for a while. All right, guys, there's going to be a shift. I'm going to start going on to Discord sometimes in the evenings where it will be smaller groups. and I want to share parts of my theories that I'm developing right now, like with people like survivors who really want to deconstruct and deprogram and that are serious about it, because you guys could be like my my lab bunnies. Don't want to call you guinea pigs, like lab bunnies. And yeah, I could just you could tell me how you feel about these theories, and we could put that in. I could put that in as a reflective piece, actually. Oh, and a reflective evaluation piece. So I'll do that reflective evaluation work on Discord. I'm just thinking aloud. Guys, isn't the energy lovely in the air tonight? And if it's not, guys, create it. Create your beautiful surroundings, your ambience. And if anyone's interested in what's playing now, it's The Healing by Essie Jane, but it's like Jain. Oh my gosh, my glasses are so... Do you know what, guys? I look a blood clot mess, because I went and dyed my roots blonde without no lashes and that. It's just giving... I don't want to say what it's giving, but if you know, you know, innit? All right. I've just gone on and on. All right, guys. So today, after doing up all of that, what I'm going to talk about today is a really, really important chapter that I feel like is really, really close to my heart. As you know, my boyfriend was unalived in police custody. So after that experience, why isn't it letting me save this? All right. After this experience, it kind of led me to be a specialist working with gangs. And as a result of my specialism and my work, it's like over 20 years now, I've been able to look at the correlations between gangs as high control groups and church cults as high control groups. So tonight, I'm going to be looking at gangs versus church cults. This is going to be a biopsychosocial, spiritual, criminological, and metaphysical analysis. And again, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. TikTok, please like up the live. So firstly, I'm going to talk about several new ideological concepts that I've coined. Guys, let me know if this makes sense, because I'm freestyling. I just want to share some of my chapter because I'm so excited. So we've got the spiritual GANG machinery, and this is the operational system where theological narratives mirror gang structures. So this is the militant way, the way that they behave, like it's very like army-like, but it's given that kind of GANG machinery, and they operate like street gangs. So that's why they all come in like a gang. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're saying anything about against the pastor or the church cult, it's like they're trying to silence you, like they're trying to police you, like you can't have a voice. That's why I'm loud about it. I don't care. I'm going to say exactly what I want, because your porter and your mug is not God. So therefore, he's just a man like Bob the postman or whatever. So I'm going to say what I want to say. Then we've got the Pentecostal organized crime logic. And this is a system where saving souls functions as an enterprise. And this is identical to illegal enterprise and markets, except the commodity is spiritual currency. So basically, in church cults, in when you're looking at gangs, they're grooming young people to do up illegal enterprise. However, what I'm saying is, in church cults, it's the same tactics, it's the same characteristic, but there's a system where it's about saving souls, and that functions as an enterprise, which is the same as them sending them to county lines, whatever. And that's where I'm going to explore, like, the missionaries and that kind of like traffic lighting of work. And then also there's the essay and the eating out of the grape as well, that happens when these preds get transferred. I haven't spoken on TikTok, it feels like for so long I'm forgetting like what I can and cannot say, to countries where like certain systems and structures are not set up to protect and safeguard women. So there's so much that goes into it. But it's a GANG is a high control group, guys, and so are church cults, so they're no different. It's just that all of the criminality and all of the darkness and the stuff that they're doing, that goes on like behind the scenes. That's like in the closet. That's like in the shadows. And that's why I talk a lot about like shadows, and I do a lot of exposure, because it's about shining a light on the darkness. That's what exposure is. And Christ is the light. Christ is the light that shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. That's why they can't comprehend it. That's why they can't comprehend that it's Christ, and their pastors are the devil. But you know, if they don't get to know now, they're gonna know when they unalive. And you know, that's the peace that I have within myself. I'm not here to argue or go back and forth and, you know, prove that, you know, my God's the best, or I have an inner knowing. I don't need to scream from the mountaintops. I don't need to be loud about it. You know, my spiritual practices are quiet. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I do what I feel like I need to do to connect with God. There's no rules, there's no barriers, there's no chains. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. So where I feel liberty, that's what I'm doing. I'm free. Free as a bird, free as a wild stallion. Metaphysical street sorcery versus cult ritual magic. So this is an analysis of how gangs use hoodoo, voodoo, black magic for protection. And this is very normalized, like in the hoods. Do you know what I mean? It's very normalized for mandem to, you know, use occult practices to protect themselves on the streets. And it's the same way that cults use prayers, covering, protections, mantles, which are in effect coded incantations and curses. It's spell work. Yeah, it's magic with a K. It's the occult. And the thing is, it's all the same. You could say prayer, spell. What else? What do they call it in science? Oh, I can't remember what it is. Is it manifestation? I think that might be what it is. Whatever. But it's about the intention. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's when it's coming from a dark place. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, when it becomes black magic is when someone's like wishing like unalivement on someone, and they're using certain like fire magic, or they might be working with the elements or whatever, but it's not for good. It's for evil. It's to harm someone. And that's why those people that indulge in these dark practices, that, you know, they live in darkness. That's why they don't like the light. That's why they try and get me off. You see bouncers exposing SPAC now. That's a light. So they're trying to get him off the net. Do you know what I mean? It's like all of that. Thank you, Velvet. And I think the work that Bouncer's doing is absolutely incredible, guys. Isn't it amazing? Like, seeing someone with that type of influence, and they're all shook up and scored. Like, they're all trying to do interviews now, and it's just pathetic. I'm just like, babe, you can't stop what God's doing. Because how did we know that God was going to, imagine God was going to raise up Bouncer, you know? Are you all right? Bouncer's like the male version of me, Chair. Do you get what I'm saying? So now they got two. It's mad. They got the masculine and feminine balanced energies going at it. Guys, I know that's the collab that you want to see, but let's just be patient and see what happens. But I'm not going to lie. If you get me and Bounce on the same screen, yeah, it's going to pop all the way off. It's going to pop all the way off. Because Bouncer just reminds me of the Mandem. Do you know what I mean? Just like, it's from the end. Like, do you get it? Like, it's what it is, yeah. And I'm just so glad to have him on board, you know, just exposing up the church girls. It's like all the real ones, all the realists are coming out. You get me? Coming out to fight the cause. It's just amazing, Chair. You know what I mean? I'm just so happy. Hey, Nance, I'm just so happy that Bouncer's in the car. I kind of feel like I manifested it. Nance, because you're on my personal WhatsApp. Do you remember when I put that post up about Bouncer and whatnot? You know, innit? I kind of accidentally manifested it. All right, let's get into it. Hey, girl, been celebrating my birthday. Oh, have you all week? I'm so happy for you, girl. Celebrate it, yeah. All right, and I am going to get into a bit of the black magic and the occult, because there's been a lot of like talk about the occult and the black magic, and you know, Bouncer's been talking about him experiencing it. You know me, I don't believe in all that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that's like, because black magic is low vibrational. It doesn't have any power. If you give it power, it will have power. So I operate at such a high vibration. I don't need to do black magic. I don't need to do black magic. I don't need to be afraid of it. It doesn't touch me. I've got divine protection. Like, do you know what I mean? But for those of you that believe in these concepts, I'm going to be doing a piece on that to just like help people, just basically help y'all. Shit, they got these black magic little nursery school kids. All this judge got y'all all scared or whatever. And do you know why you're scared? Because you don't know your ancestry. You're still in a your mind is colonized by the whitey colonialists through religion. That's why black magic has a power and a hold over you, because you don't actually because what people don't understand, they demonize. And then we've got, for lack of knowledge our people perish. So put the two together and what do you get? Is he on YouTube? Yeah, girl. Y'all need to go and subscribe to Bouncer. He's on YouTube, babe. Have you seen all the guys? He just exposed SPAC. There's a football player, a Nigerian football player, that said that his wife has run off with Toby, and they've been having this affair for ages. My man saying that his kids are in London with Toby, chair. Allegedly. Yeah, Bouncer's exposing it up, chair. All right. So when we look at the influence continuum collapse, we see where high control religion and street gangs meet at the extreme end of coercive persuasion, because that's what it's like. Even these elders and the gang leaders and whatever, they come in with the love bombing, they come in with the grooming, they come in with the chicken, they come in with the chicken and chips, they come in with the trainers. Sometimes it's not even that, guys. Sometimes these young people just want to have like a sense of belonging. They just want to be a part of the group. They just want to feel accepted. It's not, because more time they get exploited. They don't even buy them things like that. You know, that's why I don't like Top Boy and all of them over sensationalized stories of the hood, because it just doesn't happen like that. A lot of the time these guys get physically abused, they get bullied, they get forced, coerced into doing crunch. Like I don't really feel like they capture it. And hopefully, God willing, I've got like a real passion for writing and filmmaking. So you never know, you might get some real hood documentaries coming in the near future. Because I always said if I did anything like that, I would get people from the hood to act and play those parts, because an actor that's never been in the struggle a day in their life, that's going to come in and act, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's why them series, like, they don't hit like that. If you're from the hood, they won't hit. Like, everyone will be like, Top Boy, that ain't really from the hood like that. Do you know what I mean? But it's something to enjoy, and it's nice, and it gives people opportunities, but I don't really think it reflects the reality. Yeah, the name, I think it's Bouncer. If you put in, I think is it Bouncer Play Dirty? I think that's what it is. But if you put in Bouncer and SPAC Nation, it will come up. I want to just mention that the influence continuum collapse is a theoretical concept that I've coined myself. And this is the first time that these parallels have been mapped in an integrated framework. So now we're going to look at the social disorganization theory. Guys, is this making sense? Can you let me know? Is this interesting? Is it making sense? Are you feeling it? Let me know. Is it just not making sense? Is there a disconnect? Are you understanding why I'm talking about this? Because I'm showing the similarities, or just showing that it's the same. Church cults and gangs are the same, except it's a different typology. So for example, with the GANGs, they use illegal enterprise, but with church cults they use saving souls, winning souls, because bums on seats equals coins. Did I see Black Girl Mine? Walk one. All right, so let's look at the soil both systems grow in. Yeah, like a City of God, but a UK one. Woo, yes, girl. So drawing from Shaw and McKay's social disorganization theory, both gangs and church cults thrive in communities experiencing weak informal social control. So that's like mentors, like father figures, like positive leaders, positive role models. Same with politicians. Yeah, thanks for the oh, I thought you followed me. Thanks for oh, hey Xavier, how are you? Disinvestment and poverty. So that's the inequitable housing, that's the social housing, the council homes, the blocks where we grew up. Family breakdown. So in hoods you get like a lot of, and I'm not saying everyone, but mostly do get like dysfunctional families. A lot of people will have like, an addict as a father, You know, it's the same story. Lack of opportunity and upward mobility. So again, it's just this is inequality as well. These conditions produce a vacuum where charismatic, authoritarian leaders offer belonging, meaning, and direction in exchange for loyalty and submission. TikTok, can I ask that you like the live, please? Because I'm giving this to you lot for free, chair. Both gangs and church cults become pseudo families for the socially displaced surrogate systems that fill unmet psychosocial and spiritual needs. This is deep. So the government fails us, the institutions, the support services. I've been waiting to be put on this therapy for my borderline personality disorder. It's been about 6 months. I'm still waiting. As you know, the police unalived my boyfriend. So how do we trust institutions? How do we trust institutions? Do you get what I'm saying? And then the only place that we think is safe, which is the church and our communities. And that's why people hate me. Like, I get it. The truth hurts. They don't want to believe that the only safe place in the hood that's meant to be the churches isn't safe. You think I want to come to that realization? How hard do you think it was for me to get to this? Like, the institutions that I thought were safe betrayed me, lied to me. There's like this pattern of this betrayal, this theme of betrayal, this thread of betrayal that runs through my life. And it's like to think that the only place that was left that's safe is like in our hoods. Like, church is part of the black community. It's part of the hood. So I'm coming up against, you know, systems where false systems that have made people feel safe. Yeah, they've been conned. It's all a lie. It's all a lie, guys. It's all a lie. And the sooner we come to the realization of that, the better. Because the way that the internet is moving, guys, I'm writing my book through Genesis. You know, that ChatGPT, like, technology is so amazing. Like, how are they even going to measure like university and academia? Thanks for the follow, Tadine. How are they going to measure that? Because now you could just put stuff through ChatGPT. So the world is changing. It's not the same world that we once knew it as. And religious narcissistic institutions are getting left behind. It's part of the narcissistic collapse. And unfortunately for these religious narcissistic men that are cloaked in dog collars, unfortunately for them, their time is up. Their time is up. There's always going to be a generation that forgets. And then we have to put in all of the work. But yeah, church is a scam. Walk on, you're right, look on. No. And that's all it is, share. That's all it is. I'm not taking away the divinity of Jesus Christ. I still believe in Jesus Christ. And in my book, I'm going to introduce you to a new version of Yeshua. I'm going to introduce you to a new dimension of Christ. And I'm going to introduce to you my ideological conceptualization of what Christ consciousness means to me. Yeah. Because it doesn't have to be how they say it has to be. It was just a man that put together the canon. Like, when you do your research, you know, it's not hard. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can go on ChatGPT now and it's all there. ChatGPT hasn't replaced God. And this is, I think I'm going to add this in the book. ChatGPT is technology. And guys, do you know one of my favorite chapters in the book is about my crystals? Because, you know, they've been coming from my crystals. The way that I've done up metaphysics and quantum mechanics, physics, chair. By the time I'm done with y'all, you ain't gonna know what's hit y'all. Because it's just lies. Because diamonds are crystals. You know, in the raw form, a diamond is a crystal. It's a gem. It's a crystal. It's all the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And I've put it all in the book. And it's all about capitalism. And they've made us like treasure the things that have no value because they can mass produce them. And then the things that are more like raw, the things that were given to us by God, like that's in nature and in the universe, it's like we just see it as nothing and they demonize it. They all have the same value, like diamonds to sapphires to onyx to forgetting to agate, to even cubic zirconia. They've just lied to us about everything. Like nothing's real. It's all a simulation. All right. So let's look at inequality and gender hierarchy, the lesser vessels. So both gangs and Black Pentecostal megachurches operate through hyperpatriarchy. This is gender power arrangements, women as subordinate, lesser vessels, normalized eggshell access to women by men in leadership or men in, positions of power. Because in the streets, it's like reputation, hood famous, like they got this reputation, but it's a fear. Like, that's why I went for the bad man, because it's like, there's a fear that this guy, if someone touches me, like he's going to come and they're going to go into pieces. It's like, no one's going to touch me. I don't have any older brothers. I'm a beautiful woman. Women like me, if you're not tough, do you know what I mean? You're just going to get essayed and turned into a block, get run through. And because I didn't have any older brothers, I had to make a choice. Are you all right? I had to go with the baddest so no one would touch me. Guys, that's just how it had to go, chair. Because gal like me, like, I'm not even going to start because I've turned over a new leaf. So I'm not going to call any like individual people out. I'm just in this high vibration. I'm just on a cloud. And I think that's why I was more susceptible and high risk to joining the cult, because, like I had been like going out with like GMs and like being in that world. So like I said to you, when I heard the loyalty and disloyalty doctrine, I was like, wow, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just given, because all my boyfriends were like so controlling, and Dag's like a controlling, like wannabe GM, mad. Then there's these reward structures that privilege male charisma and female compliance. And this mirrors John Pitt's documentation of masculine dominance hierarchies in street gangs, where women are simultaneously erased, exploited, or used as symbolic capital. So there are women and survivors that I've worked with that have been coerced into like schmegs work. Do you know what I mean? Through their GM or their partner at the time and whatever. So we still see all of that. We see women getting PIMPE'd off. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, your beauty is anointing. Is an anointing. That's why the girls, they all end up sleeping with the guys. There was a girl that slept with a guy that she invited to the church cult, and she got stripped of her female pastor title. So it's just like, and what I see as well is like, the punishment for women is like a lot greater. Like, if two people are like having schmegs and then the woman gets pregnant, it's like the woman will be blamed and like she'll be moved to another branch. Or if she was the lead praise and worship leader, she won't be able to sing again, because it's like her pregnancy is going to show, the bump's going to show, but the man gets to go off scot-free, and he's just there like ministering, doing praise and worship. That actually happened in my cult. That actually happened in my branch and my cult. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to go soon, guys. I'm just going to finish up this chapter. But guys, can you let me know across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, how does this feel, what I'm talking about? Because these are all like new ideological concepts. And it's just like little feelers. And I'm going to be like sharing bits and pieces from the chapters, but not any of my metaphysical ideological concepts. I have a story. Nancy, I know, Nancy, I'm so sorry. I haven't been neglecting you. DHS Farms! Nancy, I haven't been neglecting you. Like, literally, when we meet up, and we're going to meet before Christmas. We're going to meet up. We're going to do a whole thing. Because, Nancy, I haven't seen you for months. And I know that. And when I meet you, because I understand that you're like one of the survivors that have a well of knowledge. Because you've literally been in every church cult. Like, Nance, I know that. But our connection transcends just the cult stuff. So when the time is right, we're gonna chop it up. I promise. Oh, Acoustics Empire. Who is that? I don't know who Acoustics Empire is at all. Guys, I'm just in this bubble at the moment, chair. And DHS Bombs, don't worry, you haven't missed. I've been on for about 40 minutes, but it's on the YouTube. Oh, guys, I just feel so much peace and contentment at the moment. Like, I just feel like I'm on such a high frequency and wave. And oh God, like, for the first time in my life, I just love spending time with myself, and I am filled with so much joy. Oh, no problem, Queen. I'm filled with so much joy. All right. So in cults, women become spiritual. Look, you're meant to be here for this part. In cults, women become spiritual laborers, emotional mules, reproductive offerings, and bodies for pastoral access. So they become schmeglaves. Yeah. And a lot of these pastors have, you know what, addictions, and they creep. So I creep. Yeah. They're going on the down low. They're doing things in secret corners, guys. And it's crazy. And that's why they don't like when I come into the cup, because I shine a light on the darkness, but it's all gonna come out. It's all gonna get exposed. It's so deep. It's all gonna get exposed. In gangs, so now I'm gonna compare this to gangs, because remember I'm doing a comparative analysis because they're both high control groups. So similarly in gangs, women become relational currency, loyalty tests, and violations of rival respect codes. And that's why a lot of guys, when you clock it, a lot of the guys that aren't alive is to do with a girl. They were speaking to a girl, or a girl was recording them, had them on live accidentally. Now the ops have seen the location. They cut. Do you know what I mean? It's all like, or a honey trapper, or do you know what I mean? Like, women are used when it comes to GANGSs. And another thing is, because I used to do this, guilty. Like the beautiful girls, like it's like, how can we help it if all of the like hood like stars want to like take us out, and they got their whips? And guys, I'm from 2007. Do you know what I mean? They want to treat us, they want to spoil us, like just getting pulled at every direction, chair. Like, you're not gonna say no. Like, guys, I was dating ops. Like, guys, I used to be in the car like ducking, like blood clot. You get me? If I see the other tick I'm dealing with, because they're up, like, and in Northwest it's mad. Like, they're so close together. Like, there's one road that connects the whole of Northwest Chair, and that strip is just bait. Like, you can't get anywhere without going on Harrow Road. And I would just be linking like all these man from like the up ends, not sleeping with all of that. I need to sleep with them, babe. I was famous. The man them love me. Hey, Curvy Vibes. And then when I went on the X Factor, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. The guys that were on the streets, like fooling around, that I've been dealing with for years, like homegirl vibes, but we kick it. They were just all of a sudden wanting to like pin me down and cuff me up and all that. And I was just like, no, bitch. Do you know what I mean? Like you had your turn. Like, you had your turn. Guys, I remember there's this guy, yeah, he's so bait. Like, he's a proper bad man. And I remember when he came to me, he was like, oh, I wanna like, basically he said he wants to make it like what's it, exclusive. You're not exclusive, like when you like, go public, like be take serious, because he wanted to settle down. His stuff was going good. He was like making money now, like peas. So now he wanted a girl that he could settle down with, like breathe up, have a youth, whatever. Just live the dream life. Just live the dream life. Just live the dream life. And hear me with my DUMB self. Oh no, I've met a man. I think he's going to marry me. Because I was indoctrinated like some idiot. So I chose a man that had nothing over a man that's a millionaire now and was getting like 6 figures at the time. He was making money, peas, legit as well. Come from the roads, come from the streets, and made it legit. And I gave that all up. And now there's another girl living my life. And by that time, I've been dealing with that ninja for about 10 years. So I had put in all of the groundwork, like showed him I was loyal, I was down, I was his ride or unalive. I was the one who was on the phone when he was getting run and chased down by the police. I was the one, that he was talking to when he was in the bando. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was his main thing. I was his V, and he was my ninja. And I gave that all up, because I was indoctrinated. They'll make you DUMB in there. They'll make you fall for idiot. That's what they'll do in there, Jaya. That's why you got pretty girls in there. Guys, I couldn't believe it. A survivor showed me a picture of a guy, yeah, like he's got a TikTok from, I'm not going to say which church cult. And then I was talking to her, and she was like, oh yeah, he's married. I said, no, you're joking. I said, there's no blood clot way that this man has found someone to marry him. I couldn't believe it when I just found out, because this guy is just, no, like you've allowed someone's daughter to join themselves to poverty for the rest of their life. Mad. A lot of gal them are bound to poverty. That's why they're angry. That's why you mad, because you built like your dad and your husbands don't see it dusty and broke, so you can't afford nothing. Chat. I'm so glad I'm out of that lifeless, unalive marriage. Chat. I just feel so free. Just sitting in my bed, you know what I mean? Just loving life, just getting to walk around the house with nothing on. I don't even need to cook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just cook for my kids, little ting here. My kids don't even eat that much. I just cook a little ting for them here and there. Do you know what I mean? That food lasts for days. When I was married, I used to have to cook every single day, every day. Different cuisines. I don't think you understand. Guys, I was making puff from scratch. I was making meat pies from scratch. I was making patties from scratch. I was baking. I can bake. I can bake cakes to sell. Like in my cult, it's like they've got this model marriage book and everything's like a competition. Like that's why you see like Breedy Lee trying to be this like epitome of what a Proverbs 30. Well, it's all BS, it's all human fecal matter. Like I've done it, I've been there. They become like a Mary Kay, you know, in their little dresses, like Handmaid's Tale, floating around. It's just human fecal matter. But you see them gal, them when they get married, that's when reality hits them. That's why I'm all just sitting here waiting. I'm just watching, but not Hayley Melinda though. She's LGBTQ allegedly, and so is her husband Sterling. Like the mega church cult world is crazy. They keep telling me I need to cook for my hubby. Oh my god. Oh, y'all can do what you want, but I was in a marriage for 10 years. Like anyway, I don't really care. Like my focus isn't really a man. Do you know what I mean? But if the survivors tell me like they want me to chat about guys and you know like if there's gal them that want to be in that energy and whatever, then I can do it up. I can tell you because I'm naturally like that. But and if people want to test my gangster, I swear down, I'm going to be celibate for the rest of my life. But I will literally just go out on a random Thursday evening. Do you know what I mean? And just record myself. Do you know what I mean? Getting these guys to take me to the cash point and take out money for me for just being pretty. And I'll do it, and that will just settle the score. And then people will know that I can talk on what I want to talk on. And people thinking we are fooling around with this movement. These cults are dangerous. They can turn intelligent people into robots. They can turn millionaires into beggars. Oh my God. Do you know how deep that is? I have to give you a chair. You're so right. Because, babe, I was speaking to a survivor today, and there's a pastor here that's a qualified doctor. He did all his education, everything in the UK. Or was it America? I think he can practice in America and UK. He's a proper good doctor. He has been a missionary for however many years. I think he's in Kenya or Rwanda. Dags closed his church cult down. This is Reverend Joe, but I think he goes by Bishop Joe Ajay now. I think it's Rwanda, Kenya, whatever. There was even people that followed him out there. Now it's like a what do they say? Like a fox with the tail caught in between the legs. Because Dags closed down the building because it's not bringing in any income, allegedly. And now Reverend Joe Ajay is sitting on Zoom doing online services with his members in Rwanda. So why are you there? Why are you there, Reverend Joe? Why are you there? You know why? Because coming back to England would cause him to come out of that dissociative cognitive dissonant state. Because that's what Dag's doing. He's trying to push out all the old pastors and bishops and stuff because they're not relevant anymore. They can't bring in the numbers. They can't, and then his church is crumbling as well. People are leaving. So it's not beneficial to him because these churches are businesses. They're not places of worship. They're businesses. TikTok, if you don't like the live, I'm going to have to go. If it doesn't get to 1,000 in 10 minutes, I'm going to have to go because I'm so tired. Ooh, I need to go as well, man. All right, guys. But because Miss L Rose is on here, but that's YouTube. That's different. That's what I'm saying. I don't even need to be on TikTok, man. Because I feel like there's more, sometimes on TikTok, I feel like there's more monitoring spirits than like actual survivors who want to listen. And I'm just in my authorship era. DHS in the car. I'm just in my authorship era. I'm just in my like survivor authorship era. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, DHS, I'm not on that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've put in the work. I feel like I've put in the groundwork. I feel like I've put in the foundational work where I've screamed and cried from the mountaintop and people have heard me. And very soon, I'm really, really close to ticking something off my bucket list for this movement. And that is why, guys, you're seeing that I'm going into like my feminine healing era because we've got Bouncer now, like exposing them. And I know like it's not the same, but what that's allowed me to do is kind of just like take my foot off the gas a little bit and focus on the book. Because once the book's completed and we go into like the equinox, guys, that's like guys, I don't think you understand. Survivors, I need you to get this. Like 2025 has been our shedding. Has this year been the year of the snake in the Chinese is it the year of the snake? Because this has been the year of shedding, coming to realizations, exposures, not only about external systems but internally. And there's a clear divide now between the people that have put in the work internally and gone within and really made, that, like, done that work, and the people that haven't. There's a clear split and divide in the world. But what religion is doing like us versus them, demonization, the world against religion, like Christ hated the world, so and this is all in my book. Like every single concept, ideological perspective that you could think of known to man is in this book. It's turning into like the cult survivor Bible. That's what it's kind of turning into. That's what I feel like. And guys, I'm tempted. That's not the title, but I'm really, really tempted. I'm really, really tempted because I need to understand what Bible even means, because I feel like there's just like a generic word for it, because you get other things, like Bibles of other things, like the Crystal Bible or this book, and I feel like, I love you, Miss Rose, and I feel like it really is. Like I really feel like I've put in the work. I don't feel am I freezing? I don't feel like I've taken time to just like take a step back and go within, like into my own rose garden, the wells of my rivers that are flowing within my heart. I don't feel like I've gone within to really like just understand and process what I've actually achieved. OMG, haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, babe, I've been writing my book. I'm on like an authorship leave, if you like. It's like an authorship sabbatical leave, if you like. But I'm an author now. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not joking, but I'm half joking. I need to get this book done, man. And there's a survivor whose birthday, it falls on the date that I wanted to launch, that I am going to launch the book. And I'm not going to reveal that date yet. Everything will be revealed in time. And everything's going to start in March, guys. Guys, in March, that's the spring equinox. That's the spring for us. That's when all of the seeds are starting to spring forth now. Like all of the things that we've put in as a collective, everything. Like this is when, like we'll have the summer that I've always spoken about with the survivors, whatever. That starts in like March 2026. It's going to be life-changing. This is like when we're going to move from like survivor into like more of a healed. So you're going to be finding like more of who you are, whether that's like a writer or a poet or a whatever. Do you know what I mean? Is what I'm saying making sense? Like that's what we're moving into now. Because we are survivors and we're always going to have our stripes. We're always going to wear our crown with pride and, our accolades and our achievements of who we are and what we've survived. But I feel like there needs to be like this metamorphosis and this evolution where we kind of like come out of like the survivor lens and we start to look at life through this new lens of like freedom and purification. And oh my God, thank God I'm out of this. And I'm so happy for life. I'm so happy just for the air I breathe. Guys, I don't like, the reason I go on so much about nature is because we spent so much time behind four walls. We never got to be within nature. And there's a reason, because that helps to regulate the nervous system. Even when we used to be like way out into the countryside in some random bush, in Wales, doing up a camp, there would never be any time to be outside, just being there. It was just so restrictive. So that's why we do really need to ensure that, guys, like form a relationship with nature. Like I feel like now I can feel like the pains of like Mother Nature, and I feel a full moon. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've got a really interesting chapter about the moon, and I think I'm going to share a bit of that tomorrow. Do you know what? I think I'm going to put some content out about it, because I've got a nice little setup. Guys, so much has changed. So much has changed. Like the next time you see some content from me, thank you, Dana. How are you, my beautiful? How are you? And I've just created this new space in my home, and it's just so nice. I've just cleansed the whole energy and space of my home, and also I put a crystal, my amethyst crystal. I call her Amelia. I'm good, my love. And it's just changed the whole vibration of the room. It really has. It's amazing. I think because I have mainly all my crystals are in my bedroom, and I have like stones and shells like throughout my home. Haynes, is that you, man? So I put the crystal in there and it's changed the whole dynamic of the room. So I've added a whole like chapter about crystals and how they've demonized it and why they demonized it and holistic crystal healing. And oh my God, I never thought that this book was going to go there. When I first started writing this book, I was writing this book from like a more, like a survivor lens, but more of a like professional lens. It's going to be a resource, like more of a, but it's just now it's just turned into something different. It's just turned into the well of the tributaries of the rose garden of self. Oh my God. And I know that, guys, honestly, this book, yeah, because I'm in such a financial pickle at the moment, you won't even believe. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought, like the book could help me, it could change my life financially and things like that. But now I'm just like, I don't even care about that. There's not even, like, before maybe it was like 40%, but now it's like no percent, like because of what I'm creating and the effects it's had on me, the change, how I feel with him. It's just not even about the money. And I think for me, like, obviously there is going to be that scheme that I'm going to have set up where I will be able to send the book to survivors that can't afford it, that are on low income, in receipt of benefits, etc. Because I just feel like if people don't have it, I would never begrudge someone of, getting access to something that can help. It's only the church cults that do that, yeah. We're not doing that out here. But there's just so many exciting things. Like, guys, even like the price of the book has a vibration and has an energy and has a meaning, not only for me, but for you guys as survivors. Oh, it's just so beautiful, honestly. I can't wait to share the book with you. I can't wait for the launch. It's going to be very spring, very Renaissance. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. I am not going to try and envisage how it's going to be, because I just know that nature is just going to be my backdrop. Nature is going to be the backdrop. And that's why, guys, it doesn't matter how much money people have. And, I say to God a lot, like, I don't have the equipment and the tech and this and that. And God just always brings me back to that scripture about being fearfully and wonderfully made, and just the beauty in, my imperfections. What's that quote about Marilyn Monroe? Your imperfections is what makes you perfect, or something. And I think that's so true. And guys, I've even been like thinking, oh, is my hair all right? And then I saw Shenzia. I saw Shenzia. I saw my island fellow queen, sis. I think you'll find that we're pretty much twins at the moment. Yeah, we're pretty much twinning. I just thought, look at that. She's someone that I consider as, like, when you talk about like beautiful women out there, I would put her up there. And here we are twinning with the same hair. So, when people just come for like, parts of myself, I just know it's hatred, because I just know I'm beautiful. I know I'm that. I love myself. And I've loved myself through every stage. And it doesn't matter, because I love my imperfections and I love the roughness and the rawness of me. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not. I'm not trying to compete with anyone. I'm just in my own lane. I'm in my own bubble, in my own world. And that's what people hate about me. Because I'm like that fairy tale princess and things don't really get to me. Do you know? And that's because I'm a neurodivergent baddie, but things don't get to me like easily. Like, even in my marriage, like my ex-husband would do really bad things to me, and then I'd not be talking to him, and then like a day later or 4 hours later, like, and it was abuse. But because I'm neurodivergent, I would forget what happened. I don't even know how to explain. I just hope this resonates. I don't know if anyone, like, but you can be really vulnerable if you're an undiagnosed neurodivergent. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female and you're with a neurotypical person. It could just be really, really toxic and very dangerous as well, because they take advantage. And you know why I think a lot of the married couples look so washed up, but the women more so? I think the husbands are siphoning their energy. They're draining the life source out of them. And because the women don't leave and they stay, they just start to look really like washed up and old. Such a shame, man. I'm so glad I got out of that marriage. Yeah. Did you not see me when I came out? YouTube, you can't see me, but I'm just in that same bog standard, more M&S floral ensemble chair, looking like a pilgrim from Salt Lake City, Utah. Could you imagine if I had carried on in that same trajectory? how I would be looking right now. I'd be looking at MESS. I'd be looking like David Antry's wife, Awo. But actually, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be caking my face with makeup. So that's probably not the right. And I don't think anyone can go as low as CC Power. So I don't know, man. I don't know, because even though I was at MESS and I was in a floral M&S ensemble, dressed like a middle-aged, middle-class whitey woman, you know, the face card does not decline, even with a swollen face because of the narcissistic abuse. Because, you know, we retain a lot of the water and the retention, you know, from the narcissistic abuse. So not to scare you guys, but and when I start doing like the gatherings, like our meetups and stuff like that, we'll talk about this and do this work. But the trauma starts to get released from your face because the body keeps the score. So that's why a lot of these women, their skin is not cracked, because black don't crack, but it's like there's an oldness. It's like they're young, but they look old. I don't know how to explain it, Chair. The face is not old. And you know what? I've just thought, there's a survivor that I was talking to about this the other day, which is crazy. The face is not old, but the aura, the electromagnetic field is old and tired and dark. And then, so it just gives that vibe. Because, guys, my mum, yeah, is like, I don't even know, my mom's going to be like 60 soon, but she hates me saying it. But it's like, mum, like, just love it, because you don't look 60. So, you know what I mean? But anyway, my mom's going to be 60 soon. And guys, this is no word of a lie. This is no exaggeration. There are females that I could actually put pictures on as a backdrop on my green screen right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. But if they push me, and if I keep seeing consuming substances coming up, I will just start putting up Esther, Linda looking a hot mess, because I've got pictures of Richard's wife with her wig looking like a mop sitting pun forehead. Yeah. And I've got very interesting pictures of Yavela. So if I keep seeing the consuming substances, I will just do it. And you lot aren't listening to Richard. Richard is telling you not to just walk on by. But the thing is, they do so much behind the scenes, slagging me off, talking my name behind the scene. So when they come out and they do this, it just worsens things. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, these forsters like Dag and them, man. I love it. I love that we've got our foot on their neck. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. I love that we're occupying condo space in these cult leaders' heads. Do you know what I'm saying? I love it. I'm loving it. All right, let's get back onto what I was talking about. Like, why did I get into all of this? Guys, I said I was going to be on here for 5 minutes, and then I started seeing like Miss L. Rose and DHS Bombs and Beverly Haynes and Curvy Vibes and Dana and Nancy, and I was like, okay, like Miss CHM. Did I say Miss CHM? If I've forgotten you guys, it's Black Girl Man out here. All right, so let's get back into this church cult and gangs dynamic, yeah? We're talking about the women. And so what I want to highlight here is that because of the hyper-masculinity in both gangs and church cults, women get exploited majorly. And that's why we see so much SA, because when you look at it, especially when you look at the power and control wheel, it's all about ego. And you know what, guys, with a cult, I just didn't want to see it. But in cult psycho ed, there's always like a schmegs element to it. And it's like in the cult that I was in under Dagyud Mills, First Love, Mustard, Sea Chapel International, Pleasant Surprises, etc., all denominations under Dag. It's like a schmegs cult. And I'm not going to say allegedly, because I've got more than enough victims. You know them ones. They're not even survivors. They're still in victims, because the trauma and the impact of the ABUSE has carried this, is still very much affecting their life today. They're still very much a victim of it, Chair. It's only since I started coming in. And I'm going to have a whole chapter in my book, like about when you have a rainbow baby, you have to get rid of, like all of that, guys. It's just that I'm working through certain trauma within myself first that I've got to deal with before releasing this to the world. Because, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd be releasing so many secrets about myself, exposing myself so much, talking about things that I thought I was gonna be like a bit more financially stable and more known before I revealed two very personal, it's probably two of the most personal things. The other one is gonna come later on in my life. I just didn't think that I'd be doing it like next year, March. But hey, like, it is what it is. It's going to all be in the book. Like, it's not going to be my life story, but it is a bit of an expose and tell-all book at the same time as well. There's cult psycho ed, but there's tea, because I know that there's survivors like Nancy that like the tea. Nance, are you on here? So there's a bit of everything for everybody. I kind of give, like, for the scientists and the more curious minds, you know, that there's very, like, kind of like almost like journal style, like it's just an eclectic mix. I've written it in a kind of journal style, gold standard research bit, and then I think I might even end up putting a systematic review in there, guys. I think this is going to be a really big book, and again, it's not like you have to like read it from front to back. There's going to be a very yummy contents page, and guys, I'm just gonna, yeah, I know about RPF. I'm going to start doing my content in between, but I just need to get the skeleton of the book, because I'm working with a 3-month deadline. So the content is going to be coming out. Guys, I got to think about it, man, because I don't know how. Basically, I'm going to have more of a timetable. I'm going to have to get a timetable now. I'm going to have to get a diary, because in March, I got the podcast starting. I got to be doing up my YouTube more. I want to be focusing on my YouTube 2026. I got the podcast starting with survivors, the survivor voices. There's a lot going on. I'm going to be a booked and busy woman 2026. This is going to be like action now. Like, so guys, this is what I'm saying to survivors: get done what you need to blood clot. Get done. What do I mean by that? You're healing. You're healing. For the rest, there's something about December, guys, and for the rest of the year, what you need to be doing up is letting go of what no longer serves you. So that's them dusty guys, the guys that are inconsistent, coming in and out of your life. It's especially if you're seeing a guy that's taken, especially a married man. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying that's going to do more damage for yourself than good. So I would say, if like you're in these toxic cycles and like karmic cyclical patterns, this is not a time to be visible. This is the time to be silent and go within. This is a time to draw from within, from the well of your soul, from within the rivers of your inner well. That's the vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a time of stillness. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of shedding off old skin, like the snake. Like it would even be a good idea, guys, to look into the snake. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they've demonized that creature, and why? And you know, like with the Garden of Eden and stuff, I don't know. Like, I love snakes. I love snakes and reptiles and dragons, and you know, like that whole like reptile family. Like, I don't know why. Like, all things bright and beautiful, the Lord God made them all. What was it again? What was it? Creatures, all things great and small. The Lord God made them all. I was trained in a Catholic church in Westminster, because you know I'm from the hood of Notting Hill. Because that's the thing, like all the churches, because it's like uptown. It was so hard growing up in the ends though, like, because you know the disparities of wealth and poverty are so great. So it's like we'd be like, you know, like we're in this small little cramped council flat. There's like 5 of us in this 2-bedroom house. You know what I mean? Like, it's just poverty. Like, my mum can't afford to do nothing. Like, it's just the bricks chair. And then you go out and you're seeing like footballers. You know what I mean? Like, you go to like Chelsea, Duke of York. Do you not even know what Duke of York Square is? Do you not know what Duke of York Square is? King's Road and all that. It was hard, man. It was tough. It was tough. That's why, like, in West, the main crime is like robberies. It's bare robbing. That's why I used to love the South man, because the South man them used to come to West to rob the West man them. Do you know what I mean? I was so bad back in the day. I'm not proud of the things I've done. Thank God for salvation of the soul. Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord. Guys, I'll never forget one time I was minding my own business on my FYP. And who was it that was asking me about RPF? Here, RPF come up. They're doing one of their Friday night revival meeting. All of a sudden, I see this auntie. Praise the Lord. Guys, you know that, guys, oh my God. Guys, does anyone want to bless me with one of them auntie wigs? Because, guys, I just don't have the extra funds. But what I'm going to be saying to survivors, if you lot want to fund some of my, you know, my props, like my props for my skits, or you might have a wig that's like that, or your mum might have a wig that she's not using like that. Come on, guys, let's be real. You know the wig I'm talking about, you know, that curly wig, and it's like an afro. that all the first ladies and the aunties have. You know that wig, guys, please get me that wig. If a survivor can get me that wig, if it's one of their mum's wigs that they don't use, or you lot can purchase me a wig like that, yeah, I will do a skit. Praise the Lord. You know that auntie, you know, the mother of the house. RPF wanted me to join them. Yeah. You got to be careful with RPF, man. That, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, RPF is such a MESS. Like, guys, I've had survivors come from RPF and give me like a full exhaustive like list of RPF. And I need everybody to understand that the time that I'm taking right now is preparation for what's to come, because I'm sitting on so many receipts, and I think I'm finally healing to a point now where I can sit down and now start to take all of the survivors' accounts. Guys, I don't know what this book's going to turn into. I'm not going to lie, because I've got recorded accounts of survivors. I've got recorded testimonials of survivors. I've got transcripts of survivors' testimonies. It's all in my phone. It's all stored on files. That's what I'm talking about, receipts upon receipts. It's all been for this moment. So in this book, you're not just going to be getting like a book. There's going to be a systematic review in there. There's going to be case studies. There's going to be words from actual survivors, unstructured interviews. Because I'm an academic, and I'm used to doing like systematic reviews, dissertations, like writing. Writing is one of my gifts. So this is going to be, I don't even want to get emotional. Oh my God, I didn't know I'd be this emotional today. And that's why I can't be on a lot of the time, guys, because I'm so emotional, just drawing from the well of within. But this is going to be like my gift to you guys, especially the second geners and the survivors that have felt like they haven't had a mother, especially for the kings. Like I feel like this book, I'm being really vulnerable and naked, and I'm even exposing myself in the hope that I'll help kings by being this candid and this open and this vulnerable and this naked and this transparent, because I feel like I owe it to you guys and myself to be crystal clear. Because the more I write this book, the more I see that we were just betrayed and lied to. It was just so much betrayal. And I don't want to betray myself by not being my true authentic self. And another thing as well is I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. And I have no regrets. I see everything as it was all learning. It's all lessons that, you know, refine us like the fire. It refines. Miss L. Rose said snakes represent transformation, wisdom, and wealth. Oh, and also the Kundalini, maybe that's why they demonize. Yeah. And the Kundalini is something that I haven't really been looking into, but I think I'm going to start going into it, because Miss L. Rose, like, definitely get the book, babe. And if you don't have like the funds, you don't have to say on here, but just let me know, and I'm just going to email it to people that don't have the funds to get the book, because there's a part in the book about the chakras, which I called it a spiritual anatomy of the soul. And I didn't even know that that was a metaphysical, you know, concept that I've coined, guys. There's so much because I've just been coming on these lives and just seeing it as talking, and I just haven't realized like the depth of the impact. And just because impact, I suppose, was measured differently in the church cult, wasn't it? By souls and targets and numbers. And there are people that I may never know that I've impacted or touched or helped or whatever. And a lot of the survivors, they can't follow me like on accounts and things like that, you know, because they've got family and cult, like various different reasons. So, you know, this time of reflection, and I'm disassociating, and this time of going within has really allowed me to search and say, well, actually, how do I measure this impact? For the survivor, I think as well, I've been doing a lot for like the survivors by coming on the lives, and for myself. But I feel like this book, as much as it is for survivors and to help set people free, I really do feel like this book is for me. This book is for me. This book is my vindication. This book is my emancipation. This book is my freedom. This book is my legacy. This book is like 20, it's been a lifetime in the making, and it's 20 years, man, of my blood, sweat, and tears. Of like fires I've walked through, like trials and challenges and tests that I've overcome to be the woman I am today. It's so deep. Oh, Miss Elrose, you're such a queen. Thank you. And babe, there's a special vibration in the number. There's a special vibration in the amount of the book. So it's like, you know, I don't really want to go into seeds and whatever, but those the harvest and seed time and the seed, I think I need to put this in the book actually. The seed time and the harvest and all of that, it's a universal principle. I need to jot this down because what they've done is they've repackaged. I'm just going to record this. What the mega churches have done is they've repackaged the universal laws. So, for example, things like seed time and harvest, you sow what you reap, like things like seed. Because when you look at plants, that's like the natural cycle and flow of nature and life, and we're one with the universe. So anything like, like a seed, that's how flowers, trees start, babies, it's a seed. It's all like, the seed concept. So there needs to be healing, guys, that we need to do around this seed thing. I know for certain survivors like SPAC, you may not be ready for this because I know seed was like a huge thing used in the cult, but this can like stunt your ability to generate wealth, financial flows in your life. And I'm starting to realize that when we harbor these things, it's like we cut off a certain flow for ourselves. So I want to put in a chapter about seed time and harvest and how they've repackaged, stolen and hijacked the laws of the universe and the esoteric secret hidden knowledge. Did you guys know that there's a whole book like the Book of Solomon? There's like a Solomonic book that is literally magic. It's like a book of alchemy. But yet they've got Solomon in the Bible. They literally worship Solomon. They talk about the Proverbs. They talk about the wisest man that there ever was. And he was a magician. He was a mystic. So was Daniel. So why, like, there's just been a lot of lies, guys. I even think Jesus was a mystic. I think it'd be like, blasphemy. I'm in a blood clot here because it's all coming out in the book, man. Because think about it. Why would they unalive Jesus Christ today? Because he wouldn't be fitting into what they're talking about. They would call Jesus a witch. That's how they would describe him, as a witch. Like, wake up. Jesus wouldn't be here in suits, and he'd be in here in sandals and robes. Same yesterday, today, and tomorrow be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not Yeshua, it's not Christ that they know in there. It's a Roman god called Jesus. It was created by someone, JL. In the canon, it's not Christ. It's not Yeshua. That's why they can't get to that. They're on a low vibrational frequency. The Christ consciousness that takes you to a high vibration. It's a high frequency. That's why there's people that don't even believe in Jesus Christ. You don't need to. It's that consciousness. What's the consciousness? The mindset. The mindset of the individual. It's just, if you just have more of that mindset, just that you'll be able to live like a peaceful, harmonious life. And that's why you find the consciousness of Christ across all different religions, belief systems. It's all there. Christ is a consciousness, it's not a physical being. Like, they're so bereft. They just don't guys, my hair is itching so much. They just don't understand. Do you know, I need a head massage, like an Indian head massage. They just don't understand. Yeah, it's connection. Yeah, personal relationship with God. All right, guys, I think I'm going to start wrapping up because I want to get myself a little snack as well. How have you lot been enjoying the live? Oh, I'm going to leave you with, we've spoken about the social disorganization. Okay. So there's reward structures that privilege male charisma and female compliance. So that's where we get the women putting on the pick me, 304 pseudo personality, where they just sound DUMB. Like, do you remember the woman that was like, the Lord put on my heart, gave me the grace to iron my husband's clothes to go and spend the weekend with his mistress. And I'm just a DUMB woman who's just in full blown psychosis. This isn't even, well, that would be religious psychosis because that is absolute lunacy. So this mirrors John Pitt's documentation of masculine dominance hierarchies in street gangs where women are simultaneously erased, exploited, or used as symbolic capital. I've said that already, but I think I'm supposed to say it again. So let's look at the pyramid schemes, the titles and organizational rank. So both systems operate as as pyramidal hierarchies. I don't even know what I've written. Pyramidal, because this was ChatGPT that gave me, but it's just basically pyramid schemes, but it's hierarchies within the pyramid. So we've got gangs, boss. Okay, I'm not going to say this because this was what ChatGPT had. But anyway, you've got like the gang leader, or the main, the gang leader. Then you've got like the GMs, then you've got the youngers, then you've got the foot soldiers, then you've got the runners, then you got just, I was talking to you about those guys that just exploited. So they're not even part of the gang. They're just like used as almost like laves, I'd say, like laves. And then in church cults, you've got bishop, apostle, pastors, ministers, shepherds, leaders, ordinary members, percenter leader, deaconess, whatever. And then I've actually done a model. I need to put it in here because I've actually done a model showing the hierarchical structure. Yeah, I think I need to shift it around because I've got the model. So both leverage titles as behavioral conditioning tools. So when we look at Stephen Hassan's BITE model, we can see that they're trying to control your behavior. So through creating these positions, titles, rankings, what comes along with it is like this cloning process where you become like, robots and clones of the pastor, start acting like them, talking like them, dressing like them, etc. So titles equals power, belonging, and status. And that's why in my cult, everything's about pastor, becoming a pastor, wanting to marry a mog, wanting to be a wog, wanting to be a prophetess. It's all they've groomed them, they've programmed them to think that way, and it's pathetic. So this aligns with Lifton's criteria for high control groups. TikTok, please like the live. And with criminological analyses of gang organizational structures. So when we look at grooming, this shows the same processes but different packaging. So we've got the way that gangs groom youth is that they recruit young people. And again, I think this is over sensationalized, but I'm going to put it in here because it does happen. And it has happened, where they recruit young people through offering food, trainers, money, affirmation, belonging, a false sense of protection. But in my own personal opinion, what they just usually do is they'll target like the most disenfranchised. So like the child that's got the parent, that's the nitty. Do you know what I mean? Like the C head of the ends where their house is getting used as a bando. It's really sad. I've seen really sad cases, man. I've seen really sad cases. Because not only have I been a young person, like being in the bando, like growing up, and I'm not going to say too much because in my tell-all book, it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep. Y'all need to get ready for my life story because it's mad. Like I've seen some mad stuff happen in the bando. Oh yeah, Jesus was a mystic, hence many could understand him. Even today, many do not understand his teachings. Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna quote you, babe, because the excitement and the thrill of what you've just said is just absolutely mind-blowing. I've got to take a screenshot of this. And guys, this is the beauty of the collective. There is a brilliance. And I just love the way God has done this. It's autonomy, it's freedom, it's liberation. Instead of you being like held down and been dictated to and, being told what you can and cannot say and do and read and have access to, like now survivors have empowered themselves and you have become the teacher. Us survivors, we have become the teachers, the ones that have deconstructed and deprogrammed properly, like Miss Elrose. I can't say that for everybody, guys. It's just people like yourself. You know yourselves. Do you remember? Oh my God. Guys, do you know what? Yeah. Sometimes like when I watch back the videos, I cringe and I'm like, oh my God, even though I've deconstructed 18 years later, chill. Carla, I want to be in America. 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 Rita! How are you, Carlo? Carlo, every time that I see you, I have to do that. I can't help myself. I have to do the America. I just have to. Maybe it's the Latina blood in me. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Guys, I really wanted a Mackie D's tonight, and I've just missed the window. And guys, anyway, I'm just like, I'm so broke. I've just spent all the money on the kids. I've just gone so wild. But do you know what, guys? It's worth it, innit? To just see their little faces on Christmas morning. Guys, that's what I'm telling myself as I sit here, you know, my beautiful kids. And guys, I called them up today because they were their father, they were their daddy. I called them up today and I was like, oh, girls, how was the summer fair today? My older one, they just didn't want to talk to me. I was just like, wow, I'm like sitting here eating beans on toast. And you guys, the sacrifices I make, or the sacrifices that I make for these children, they will never know. They will never actually know it. All right, let's do a little bit more. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser. Oh, guys, I can't wait for you to see my new setup in my living room. Oh, guys, it's absolutely beautiful. I've just like changed things around. And there was this little, I don't know what you call it. Is it like a, guys, I'm so ghetto. There's an actual name for it, chair. God, what is it called? You know them little, they're not side tables, but they kind of are, I don't know, little console, Minano. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about with a little drawer or whatever. And I put the, I took one of the kids' vases of artificial flowers and I put it on there. It looks so splendid. Do you know what? I'm going to have to replace the kids' faux flowers now. And I just, because you know what, guys, like things hold energy and crystals hold memory as well. Guys, my chapter on crystals is absolutely fascinating. Guys, do you want me to give you a little teaser on my chapter on crystals tomorrow? Oh, Carlo. Oh, Carlo is such a king. Guys, should I give a little sneak peek of the of my moon chapter and my crystal? But guys, do you know what's really amazing? How I've merged like the metaphysics with the psychology and then like the other ideologies. A snippet would be great. Okay. Oh, Bev is saying yes. All right, brilliant. Because guys, you know what I'm trying to do now that like I've healed and I don't give a F. I'm trying to share like, I wouldn't say they're my secrets, but I'm trying to share like all of the things that have helped me now, because I need us to move into like a healing, like we need to be in this like healing thing now for 2026, man. Because survivors, I need you out. I need you living life. We've got to live our life, man. And I'm telling you, there's something in these crystals. I swear by it, man. There's healing properties. That's why they demonize it. There's something in this. There is. Because I moved my crystal, my big amethyst crystal downstairs in my living room, and it's completely changed the vibration of the frequency is different. It's like absorbed any, like all of that negative energy. It's like absorbed it. It's mad. I can't believe it. So I'm just going to be a lot more open with my crystals, like my crystal cleansing, like all of the stuff I do now. I think that I've got an ability, part of like because I don't see myself as a leader. I see myself more as a healer. And I think that some of my like healing gifts are like intuitive, but it's also in like my apothecary as well, you know, in the oils and the scents, and like I build like candles and like wax melts and things like that. And these things have really helped my mental health, and they do really help my mental health. And I take the antidepressants as well, but I kind of balance it out, having that yin and yang with the holistic healing approach. And to be honest, guys, I don't think that those antidepressants alone could help. I think it's definitely helped me to take me to the next level, because the antidepressants help me to be more like focused in a mindset to be able to have these spiritual practices in place, and to be able to be more disciplined with my spiritual practice. So that's why I said the kind of like the two go hand in hand. It's not a failure. You shouldn't feel ashamed and you shouldn't feel scared. There's a lot of like myths around antidepressants, especially in the Black community, and that is just, guys, it's all lies. That's why your mums are crazy. Sorry, I've got to be honest, because they've demonized mental health. And instead of them getting put on antidepressants where they could have been more emotionally present for you, they're just in full blown. They've just lost the plot. They're just in full blown psychosis. Do you know what I'm saying? Like praying, wishing on a prayer. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. Da-da. I'm wishing on a dream to find out what it means. And I'm wishing on the rainbows that I see. Na na na, and I'm wishing on and oh, I love that song, don't you? Oh my god, that song does something to my spirit and soul. You know that song that I just sung, yeah? It's got more depth, more healing, more than a lot of these Christian worship songs that they're singing in church today. That's why I say, guys, just focus on yourself, man. And focus on the soul, because like people who oh, thanks Carlo, people who are even people who are focused more at the soul level, they're actually more mentally stable, emotionally intelligent, and more like aligned than people who attend these religious spaces. Share, sit with that for a minute. And some of those people are very unstable, no offense. Okay. So when they're doing all of this grooming, affirmation, yeah, big bro, big sis, whatever, this is a false sense of protection. And criminology calls this transactional grooming pathways. So it makes them transactional. And especially if you've got like a child who, has a mum who's an addict, and, everything's like more like transactional love or whatever. This is just such a toxic mix, man. And then they go straight into a church cult. I mean, what hope do they have? What hope do they have? And that's why they end up in these spaces, because they don't have a hope. And you hear it in the testimonies. They're telling on themselves. Like the testimonies is one of the giveaways. And a lot of people, they just fake it. There's all different reasons. They over sensationalize them to be seen, to get positions, roles, titles. Their hearts are so unclean. So unclean. Like God just can't move in these environments because there's such unclean spirits. The pastors are like sleeping with like, hookers, the male leaders are all preds trying to groom all the girls. It's just some MESS. Hey, Queen Innes, hi my love. It's just the MESS. Do you know what I'm saying? So what is the aim through this transactional grooming pathway? Is to convert them into labor. Hey, my queen, I'm so happy to see you. Traffic lighting, food, hard food, holding iron and steel. Thank you, Inez. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Performing illegal enterprise. So how do church cults groom youth? Because this is a huge one. You lot have been asking me since the dawn of time. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but since the dawn of the start of this movement. Why young people? Why? And guys, it really has been your is would inquisitive, yes, inquisitive minds. Are you here? Inquisitive, intellectual, brilliant, amazing minds that have really helped to shape and frame this book, and then also got me to like ask a lot of questions that I think I would have missed or wouldn't have understood straight away. That's the power and beauty of the collective. A book that I think should have taken people like someone like a decade to write, like I've done it in a really short time, and that's the power of the collective. It's like, as I've poured into you guys have poured into me. Oh my God, guys, isn't this just so lovely what we've created? What would we call this? Is it like, because I know that Jung talks about this. Is it universal consciousness? Is that what it's called? There's a consciousness in it that connects us all. Like, that's what he argues. I think it's what it is. And I think like, that's why I called it collective, so that we would fulfill Jung's work, this shadow trauma collective. Guys, do you know, yeah, I joined your fan club. Oh, thanks, Ines. Oh, Ines is such a queen. Collective consciousness, yeah. And that's it. That's us. That's the collective. Guys, I want you to know that we're a part of history. We're the generation that Jung predicted, that he foresaw in his works. We are that generation. It's amazing. And in the book, all of this is going to help. I don't know if like, if you suffer from severe mental health like myself, yeah. Thank you, Queen Innes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, girl. I really do. I don't even know what instrument this is. Let me see if it comes out. I don't know what it is. Those spiritual instruments where they're banging on it. It's like still, I don't know what they're called. These are the kind of sounds you need to be listening to, guys. It's about frequency and alignment of vibration. Also, is it the crystal bowls? Are they called crystal singing bowls? You know, Janae Aiko, you can listen to those frequencies and sounds on YouTube. So if that's too much for you, sounds of nature, just listening to rain, rivers. But I don't know how people could say this is evil. This is just so beautiful. Like these two men are standing. I don't know whether this is a desert, it's some sort of somewhere beautiful in the world that just gives calm. Oh, Ines, I love you so much. Ines said she can't wait for my book. And Miss Rose said she's going to buy my book. I love you guys so much. There's so much peace and tranquil calmness. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just think, how can they demonize these things that bring so much peace and like and tranquility? And you know, like all the people they demonize, especially the whitey guys, they've just got their long hair back in a bun, walking barefooted, and they just come into demonize. Why? Like they're the real EVIL ones, they're the monsters. They've been unaliving people for centuries, for over 2,000 years. Crusades, they've been unaliving people for years. They're like cannibalists. It's mad. And the peaceful people that they demonize and call witch and this and that, and the people that are just in nature, man, just wanting to be. Why? It's making sense. That's how they demonize Christ. We are Christ's true people. We are Christ's true people. The ones that they call witches, demons, this, that. We are Christ's true people. I'm telling you, it's all upside down, man. I've figured it out. I've locked it. I've unlocked the matrix, man. I've got it. I've figured it out. I've unlocked the religious matrix. That's what I've unlocked. I've unlocked the religious matrix. That I definitely, and I'm exposing it. And that's what they don't like. Because it is a matrix, but then there's matrices within matrices. Do you know what? This live is bloody important. This live is bloody important. I've got to watch this live back because there's a lot of things I've got to put in the book chair. I've cracked the religious matrix. And it's all an illusion. It's all a simulation. That's why I realized, like, in the church cult, like, nothing really becomes real. You realize nothing's real, like time isn't real. And then you start thinking, oh my God, what is this life about? Am I living to unalive? And that is really what they capitalize on, you know, like being born to unalive. That's what they focus on a lot. They focus on that a lot. Like, oh my gosh, your purpose. And, you know, you're not here to just unalive, you know, you're here for this great purpose and you got to win the lost and you got to save all these souls. And it's all lies. It's all lies. Jesus did it on Calvary, on the cross. He paid the price. We don't have to do anything else but tap into the consciousness of Christ. That's it. That's it. And that's why everything's external and they're breaking their back to do everything, because with Christ it's effortless. That's why it says his yoke is easy and light. That's what he's talking about. Because even when like the storms and the torrents and all of the stuff, guys, if you know how broke I am at the moment, Chair, you would never think that I'm sitting here with this joy and this. You wouldn't think it, but it's because it's like my joy, it doesn't come from those things. And also, I've just completely disassociated because I've cracked a scripture. I've cracked a scripture that I didn't understand for so many years. Guys, what scripture did I just quote? Can you remember? If you remember it, you can just put it in the chat, because I completely disassociated from what I was just saying because I'm just completely overwhelmed. There's a lot of I think I'm going through. I don't know whether this is an awakening. I don't know whether this is an ascension. Guys, I don't know what the hell is happening to me. I just, don't worry, I'm not losing my mind, but I am losing my mind to find my inner ingenious. Do you know what I mean? Like all the greats, like all the geniuses were called insane. Do you know what I mean? Like Albert Einstein. And that's why I've said to you, like, in a way, like some of these cult leaders, not all of them, because Onyeka and Cece are just the MESS, but some of these cult leaders, there is a brilliance. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they are geniuses, like in their own field and right. And that's why they use like a lot of the psychological like manipulation. Do you know what I'm saying? And they've been able to like use the hidden secret, you know, like knowledge of the universe and what forth and what forth and what not. They've tried to get me off real bad tonight. All right, so guys, I don't know, how does it feel, guys? Because I think this is a good way to like leave kind of like leave the live. I think I want to take my time with this. I really don't want to rush it, and I don't want to give away the whole chapter either. Do you know what I'll give you quickly before I go? This is like, guys, call this like a so now I'm giving you your dessert wine. And what do you like? Me, I like a dessert wine with a creme brulee. But do you know what, guys? I just can't eat creme brulee in the UK. I just, unless it was like a French chef that was like, you know, like cooking in the French style. I don't know, because France is my second home. And I used to love going to the north of France and, you know, finding all of those like little like they just have like these you know, like in London how we have those little bespoke like delicatessens and little, you know, like bistro restaurants and, you know, things like that. And then they have those in France, and they're absolutely, the food is absolutely divine. I remember I was in downtown Paris. I went there with my ex-husband, and guys, this was the nicest fish I'd ever tasted in my life. He just made it up. He just rustled it up in the kitchen chair. I need to go back there. And the thing is, I would know exactly how to get to that place, because I remember it wasn't far from, you know, like the Moulin Rouge. I remember the Moulin Rouge being at the bottom of the road chair. I need a little trip to France. I need a little trip to France. I'm just going to set that intention, because I would really like to go next year. Guys, I'd be happy to just holiday to the north of France for the rest of my life. I really would. Like, I just love it there, man. And a lot of people sleep on the north of France chair. Do you get it? Like, and then there's a part where it's like not quite the south of France. It's on the border and the cusp of the south of France. So it's like a half an hour drive to Saint-Tropez, to Nice. It's a place called Marseille. Interestingly, the reason I found out about this little gem is because, according to esoteric accounts and myth, but I don't want to say myth because it's not a myth. Esoteric knowledge, apparently Mary Magdalene fled to Marseille and hid in a cove. There are different ideologies and beliefs around it, but yeah, it's like, I believe it's like one of the most beautiful places on earth. They have so many beautiful hidden beaches and rivieras, and it's just stunning. But when you go out there, you do need to be able to cook. When I go out there, I'm just gonna rent because they have these beautiful, like, they're not villas. They're like these, because I don't know, you know, when you're from a different part of the country, they just have like different architecture, but they have like the pool outside and everything, but they have like, you know, like a whole, like, it's like an outside kitchen. So the thing is, I don't like the food in that part of France, no offense. But I do love like the fresh produce. Like, I could just imagine going back now and just going to the market, you know, like getting a little bike. Like, that's what I'm on, man. Just getting a little bike with a basket at the front. Oh my God, guys, if I ever got the money, yeah, I've always said this, I would love to own a home in France, because I'm already in Kent. Oh my God, guys, because, you know, from Dover, it's like an hour and, I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes, and then you're in Calais. God, I would love to, do you know what? I would love to own a home in the north of France. I would absolutely love it. It would be like a dream. Oh my God, guys, I could own a home in the north of France, and then we could use that as our survivor retreat. Hey, Els, that could be like our survivor retreat chair. Guys, I've got so many dreams and so many hopes and good intentions for us. And the thing is, like, a lot of people have underestimated me my whole life, because I have an imagination, but imagination can become reality. Everything starts with a thought. And this is why I need us to move into our healing era now, so we can be more powerful and really like manifest all of this goodness for us as a collective, man. Because guys, if I'm rich, you're rich. Do you get it? That's the kind of person I am. We deserve it, man. We deserve to have a good life. Like, we deserve to heal. We deserve to have wealth. And I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about just being happy, like just in nature. Guys, do you know the wealthiest people? Yeah, that's why they don't move like that. It all makes sense now. I'm getting it, man. And the wealthiest people, they're like entrusted with certain like secrets of the universe. And that's why they're like always in plain clothes. Like, they don't care about, because they've cracked it, they've unlocked it, like they get it. The EVIL ones, like the pastors, the celebrity pastors, the Kardashians, all these people. This is why we're seeing the celebrity collapse. like, you know, the celebrity dom, idol worship, all of that. It's all in the stars. It's all in the, we're in the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of truth. That's why more content creators like me are rising up from nowhere, from absolutely nowhere. And I'm an Aquarius stellium. So we're in the age of Aquarius, and God has like risen me up to do this in this time, which is the age of Aquarius, the age of truth. I'm an Aquarius stellium. Yeah. My sun and moon are in Aquarius, and then yeah, and then I'm a Scorpio rising. That is such a rare combination. It just gives, you know, freedom fighter, justice warrior. We deserve to heal. We declare to have wealth in nature. Oh, I love that. Let me take a picture. I love that. I love that. Carlo, you got the perfect blend, because I was thinking, oh, is this getting churchy? And it just didn't. Oh, and look, I'm smiling. I think I'm going to use this exact picture because I love it. And look, it's like from TikTok, because I'm going to incorporate like some of the TikTok pictures in that. Because it, guys, even in my book, like, oh my God, Becca, you know I'm going to call you Becca. Just allow me though, because I've been going through it, man. I've been birthing a lot of stuff, but when I call you, I'll be in the right alignment to speak with you. Love you. I'm going to put that picture in. That picture looks so powerful. It looks so spiritual, doesn't it? It looks so spiritual, isn't it? Of course, I've got the reflective light here, guys. It's not like a green light's appeared from nowhere. You know, I've got my thingy up. Guys, I just want to say that I absolutely adore you guys. Honestly, I really love you guys. And I'm speechless. Oh, Miss Kika! I'm speechless at the moment. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words at the beauty of, and guys, I know it's going to sound a bit like cliche, but the beauty of God's creation. The rose garden from the realm within, the tributaries of the flowing of our souls. Oh my God. And do you know what the best part about this is? I have achieved this feeling without any D. Without any D. I'm so proud of myself. I'm learning to channel that central energy and just be free. I just feel like for the first time in my life, I'm like really free. I'm free from men. I remember when I was like on my sprinkle stuff and I was just in my video vixen era. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. I know the man them that see me on the social media now, they're gonna be like, yeah, there's Leah. There's Leah. Because it's like there's always this drama that surrounds me. You know, like when you got that main character energy, it's like I'll be dealing with one guy. Do you know what I mean? And then the brethren's trying to hit me up. And then, guys, let me tell you this. Okay, I'm gonna end on this story, yeah, but this is all gonna be in my memoir or whatever. This is such a funny story. I'm not going to tell it all. I'm just going to give you a little sneaky peek. And then I'm going to end on this. And then I'm going to come back tomorrow and talk about crystals and the moon. Oh, Carlo, thank you so much. So I was, I don't even know where I met this scrub. Where did I meet this guy? Guys, I couldn't tell you. I can't remember where I met this guy. Anyway, I've met this guy. And guys, I always said, I'm not going to do APs. I'm not going to do APs. And I don't do APs. That's apartments. But I'm going to tell you why I went. So I'm speaking to this guy. And this guy's like to me, oh, he's got this brethren, yeah. He's like this multi-millionaire. Like, he's this guy like from Nigeria, like this, that, and the third. And like, basically, it was like a little, not flats, but it's like, you know, when there's like maybe apartments, but it's like in a little house. I think it was like, yeah, it was Canary Wharf, because, you know, that's where they always get their properties in Canary Wharf. So anyway, like I've gone for that reason, innit? Because, guys, I was trying to do up this business at the time. I was trying to do, because what happened was, guys, when I was outside in these streets, yeah, I started to realize, oh my God, I can make money. You know, like being like a mademoiselle, like I wouldn't, my idea was to set up a concierge service where when these rich like uncles and stuff come, like they'd be met with like these pretty girls, but I'm not the ones like getting my back blown out and doing whatever. I would like basically provide the service, any service they want. It can look like anything, no judgment. I just provide it and I set it all up for them. Yeah. So it was a really good idea. I'm not going to lie, guys. If I weren't doing this up, trust me, your girl would be booked and busy and making the peas. So anyway, I went to the AP for that reason. I just put myself in such dangerous situations, but because I know I can handle myself. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, I'm in the apartment now, like this, that, and the third. But by that time, I just realized that this guy was just an idiot. Do you know what I mean? He was just a fool. And the friend that had all of the money, yeah, guys, I'll never forget this. This guy was proper trying to move to me. It was so sad. And the other friend, he just thought, why am I telling you lot this story? I've got no idea why. But it just made me think, a lot of the guys in the church cult, because I'm going to try and spin this and make it relevant to what we're talking about. A lot of the time, that's how them church cult man them are. I came across a lot of characters, I think, in my path, so that it could show me, like, a lot of these guys, yeah, they're the ones that get rejected by the pretty girl. They never get the time. Da, 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 da. They've always got the friend that comes and, steals the girl. They've got a lot of trauma. The men have a lot of unresolved trauma. And another thing, a lot of the men are in their their feminine, their wounded feminine energy. So I've got a whole chapter for the kings on what that wounded feminine energy looks like, and then I've used like a personal experience to hopefully help heal some of these men. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like do a chapter for like women, like the divine feminine, like coming back to your divine femininity, like all about like how to love yourself. And it's just going to, guys, I'm so excited about this book. I cannot lie to you, man. Like, I'm so excited about this book. And I just feel like the universe has already written it. Like the book's already there. Like, it's already there. It's just a matter of me writing it now. And I just feel so confident. I feel like now I have a purpose in life. I feel like I didn't feel like I have a purpose, and I didn't really understand like the structure and the direction of the movement, which is fine. That's also fine, because we're not supposed to have all the answers. And it does need to be like a river and the tributary flowing. It always has to be like that, because anything structured is just EVIL. But for me, oh, guys, can you guys feel it? It's so special. Can you guys feel like the energy in the air, or is it just me? Because I hope I'm not crazy, girl. I've been waiting for your call. Oh God, she's gone. I didn't even see the message, and she said, "I know you're busy." Oh, Becca, if you watch it back, I've got to call people. But do you know what, guys? I had some energy vampires around me, man. People that were siphoning my energy. I can't lie. So I've neglected a lot of survivors. I've neglected a lot of people. A lot of people haven't heard from me. So what I've had to do, guys, is I've had to cleanse my energy, man, my energetic magnetic field. That's what I've been doing these past couple of days, man. And then there was the full moon yesterday. So that was good. So it helped me to like energize myself. But what happened, guys, yesterday night, if you were thinking about like exes, like trauma, like betrayals, like old toxic patterns, if you were feeling like very emotional, like crying, like feeling very, that was just a full moon. That was just, and I'm going to go through like how the moon affects us, because it's not demonic, it's not evil, it's not that. That's how they determine the cycles. Our monthly cycles is to do with the moon. Are you all right? So again, guys, it's just all lies. Everything is lies. Everything is lies. Guys, I was telling that story to get to a bit, and I've completely forgotten why I told that story, and I'm so peed off. But I'm gonna go now. I hope that tonight's helped, guys. And if you were carrying a lot tonight, or like mentally like struggling or whatever, I've been playing frequencies all throughout. And this frequency playing is follow your heart. It's 1111 HZ. And I think that's Mighty Mate Martin. He's really good, this guy, I think I need to subscribe. Yeah, he's just sitting out there in his little tin chair. But I love it, loving it. You know what I mean? It's like, give it to me. I just feel like 6 months from now, you'll be seeing me with jewelry all over my head. I'll be having like floral arrangements coming from my head. Like, I just think I'm going to be like running in the fields. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I am literally sitting in my yard watching a man play on a couple of tins, and it is blessing my soul. I'm not even lying. It is feeding the tributary of the rose garden of my soul. So I can't wait. I'm gonna go now. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the live. YouTube, I think we are getting a bit more consistent here. Yeah, I need to be coming on YouTube, man. Because in it, YouTube, we formed a little community, man. YouTube is starting the way TikTok started. there's a lot of people that come on, like, but they don't say like it's them. But they're survivors and they're watching, and then just later you'll get the confidence to like reveal yourself and come on and whatever. This has been a lovely night. Becca, if you're on here, girl, I was saying thank you for your understanding and appreciation. I've had quite a few energy vampires around me, girl, and I've only just come to that realization recently. So I'm just cleansing my energy. Because guys, I was so drained. I don't think you understand. I've never been so drained in my life. And I've been through a lot. I was just so friggin' drained. But it brought me to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going like this. Do you know what I mean? I just can't. And that kind of brought me to my knees, like kind of like a surrender. I think I just surrendered to God, to the universe, to the flow of life. I just, at that point, I think last night or the night before, it's been like the past 3 days, I've just been like, I surrender. This is it. I surrender, you know. And I think even our understanding of surrender and what that's about has been very warped and distorted. God, there's so much that's going to be in this, but in this, I'm saying Bible. Why do I keep saying Bible? This book chair. Maybe I've got to add that to the title. Guys, let's take a couple of deep breaths. Why not? All right, let's take a deep breath in. I'm going to count the deep breaths on my hands. Deep breath in. Release. Let's do one more, guys, because these deep breaths, they're so important. Okay, deep breath in. And out. I think that's a good way to kind of get us into the relaxation mode for sleep and for this evening. Guys, I've really enjoyed spending this time with you. I'm so glad I came on and decided to invest my energy and time in y'all. It's always a fun time. It never feels like, oh my God, I can never get back those 2 hours of my life. It always feels like I've made an investment in myself and got to experience and share in these moments with y'all. You look well. Glad to see you. Bless. Oh, thanks, Els. I'm trying. I'm trying. It's a joy. I have a peace that surpasses all understanding, and I have a joy. I have a lot of joy. You know, they can say whatever they want. They can say I'm evil. They can say I'm a witch. They can say this. They can say that. But they're the ones that are unhappy and disgruntled and crying themselves to sleep, and they're not happy. They're not happy, and I am. So I'm happy and you're not. And you claim to live, you claim to serve a living almighty God, and you can't even have the basics of what the Haslow hierarchy of needs suggests, which is like the basic necessity to just being a human being, which is being happy, fulfilling your basic needs. You're not even getting your basic needs fulfilled. And you claim to serve the almighty, powerful Yahweh, whatever. You're just begging for bread, like believing that you're going to see some miracle money on the floor or some sort of miracle money is going to fall from the sky. Pathetic. And on that note, I don't know how this live lasted, but it did. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And I've got related tutorials and I don't care. But that was a lovely live, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to say bye to Instagram first. Love you. Bye, Instagram. It's been great. And YouTube, we always kind of have this little a linger. Do you remember when they said the lingering of the anointing? Oh my God, that used to be so scary. You know, in the conventions when everything was done, and then it would be like the spirits moving and people would just start screaming, you know, like randomly. It's just like the Holy Ghost is moving. Oh my God. Guys, we were absolutely traumatized. But do you know what? We need to keep our nervous system like calm. We need to be, do you know what I mean? So we ain't gonna take it there. Miss El Rose, I love you. I'm going. Bye, babe. I'm just gonna upload the Instagram. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know, I am gonna be going on the lives, but I'm gonna be, you know, I just need to write this book. Once I get this book done, you know, or I've got like even like a rough draft because not only do I have to do the book, I'm also going to do it. I want to do an audio one. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I need to find out because I want to do audio because some people don't like reading. Some people just want to hear it. Or some people might want the book and the audio as well. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Miss Rose, because I think if it was me, I would like to have an option of the audio and the book. And also, when I cast my mind back to when I first came out, I couldn't read. I couldn't read anything. It was Yanya Lalage, Take Your Life Back or Take Back Your Power, whatever audio book. Oh my God, that changed my life. So I think for me, I'm going to have to do an audio as well for myself, Chair. Listen to Energy. Ooh, Listen to Energy Budget by Tony James. Ooh, Tony James. Ooh, look at me. Mr. Rose, I'm saying Tony. Listen to Energy Budget by Tony. God, girl, I'm just such an auntie, innit? Like, girl, it was 18 years, yeah, in the Ghanaian cult, and then 10 years married to a proper. Because even though my ex-husband's like westernized and this, that, and the third, he's like very fresh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's very fresh and strict, and oh God, just like, ugh. Anyway, let me go. Love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Miss Elrose. I'll be back tomorrow. I might be here in the morning, but if I'm not here in the morning, I'll be here in the evening. But YouTube, actually, I do want to tell you something exclusive. I've got some exclusive content coming to YouTube. You lot get prepared. I've got a lot of exclusive content coming. It's gonna start getting real exciting and interesting on YouTube, and I'm gonna start bringing out like more exclusive content to YouTube as well. So that's all gonna be happening this week. So I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, Miss Elrose. I love you.